Hi, everyone. This is the Brad Free Report for February 15th. Let's get started, and we're going to rewind the tape a little bit, go back in time, I should say, to a race last Saturday at Santa Anita. It was Fina at odds of 1 to 10 in the Grade 2 Las Virgenes. And my initial reaction watching this race was this was not a great effort by Fina. Yes, she won the race, and she's a terror on the front end, but let's roll the tape and talk a little bit about what happened during the course of this race. Now, Fina had been hounded every step of the way by Mother. She kicked away from Mother, had this race won, but Analia Alrab makes a good, solid late run on the outside. And Fina, she had to dig in, fight back. She ended up winning the race by 3/4 of a length with a 90 Beyer speed figure. The opening half mile of this mile race was 46-1. The second half mile was 49-3. It was fast early, it was slow late. I'm not going to knock Fina for a couple reasons. First of all, we've been down this road before with this filly. Her win in the Del Mar Debutante last summer was fast early, slow late, and there were some questions regarding Fina. All she did out of that race was come back and roll to victory in the Chandelier Stakes. Secondly, if you want to start knocking a speed horse, you're going to start knocking a lot of next out winners. Now, I still suspect that Fina has distance limitations, but I'm not going to knock that 46-1 opening half, 49-3 second half when she shows up April 6th in the Santa Anita Oaks against Analia Alrab again. Good win by Fina. Still not sure how far she wants to go. On February 10th, last Sunday at Santa Anita, it was the Grade 2 San Vicente Stakes for 3-year-old sprinters going 7 furlongs, and there were a lot of reasons to like long shot Sparkyville. He had been gelded in October 21st. He was a first-time gelding. He loved the Santa Anita racetrack. He was first-time Joel Rosario, and he was facing a potentially vulnerable favorite in Coliseum. Let's roll the tape for the Grade 2 San Vicente Stakes, and that's Sparkyville in the orange and green on the outside. He got a little bit of traffic at the quarter pole, extricated himself from trouble, and he wore down Desmond on the outside. This is one of my favorite races of the meet because I actually got lucky. I liked Sparkyville going in. I liked the finish. It looked like the horse on the inside, Desmond, came back and nailed him, but Sparkyville did win by a nose. And I have to admit, as much as I liked Sparkyville and bet on him, I think I bet on the second best horse in the race. Desmond should have won that race. He made a premature move. He opened up too soon, and he got nailed. On the gallop out, Desmond was far in front. There were a lot of reasons to like Sparkyville, including the price at 7-1, but he was the second best horse that day. Now, when it comes to handicapping, there are a lot of angles and things to look at. Condition, class, pace, and speed are the most important. But on that wet track at Santa Anita that day, well, one of my Twitter followers actually pitched in with a very interesting angle, and we'll put it up on the screen right now. It was Brian McLean who said, one of the few rote plays for me is South American bloodlines on a Santa Anita surface. In other words, Brian McLean, when he sees an off track at Santa Anita, it's a mechanical straight win bet on a horse sired by Candy Ride. Yeah, Sparkyville by Candy Ride. He was bred to absolutely relish an off track. His Tomlinson was 454. Now, when it comes to angles and spot plays, I still believe that the fundamentals of handicapping, condition, class, pace, speed, you can maybe throw in trainer and make it the fifth element. I think those are far more important than angles and spot plays. But occasionally you get to a race and you do all the proper handicapping and you're still stymied. That's when I think it's sometimes okay to go ahead and look for angles. I doubt there is an angle anywhere that will consistently show a long-term profit. But angles and spot plays occasionally come in handy in a spread race. And I'm going to share one of my favorites. And again, this is not one that probably will produce long-term profits, but let's put the graphic up on the screen. In a claiming race, give long shot consideration to the only starter entered with a no claim waiver. In other words, it's a claiming race, but maybe there's only one horse in the race that is entered not to be claimed. In California, a horse coming back off a 6-month layoff can enter a claiming race using the no claim waiver. In Arkansas, I think it's either 4 months. They were talking about maybe reducing it down to 3 months. But it just so happened that last weekend at Oaklawn, this very angle popped up in race number 2, February 9th at Oaklawn. Let's show the chart of that. And this is Shakedown, coming in off a layoff, the only horse entered not to be claimed. What happened? $38.80. Look, I'm backdating past posting here. I did not bet on Shakedown, but it's just an example. Occasionally, these angles sometimes do work. Look for a claiming race and look for a horse that's entered not to be claimed. Okay, let's start previewing some of the races that are up ahead. Starting with Saturday at Santa Anita, one of the better sprint races that you will see. It's the Grade 2 Santa Monica Stakes, race number 9 for fillies and mares. They're going 7 furlongs. 6 of these entrants are already graded stakes winners, 3 Grade 1 winners, and there are a lot of different ways to go in here. I think that this race is absolutely wide open. Marley's Freedom is my top selection. She's the most probable winner. She's consistent. She's the fastest in the field. She's versatile, and she is the most probable winner. But I'm not sold that she has to win this race. Paradise Woods is training super for her comeback. She's buried on the rail with another speed horse directly to her outside, Selcourt. Mopatism is training great for a comeback. Amuse overcame trouble last time out. Escape Clause won for fun last time out in the mud. My only strong opinion in this race is I am against Selcourt and against Dream Tree. Selcourt is 3-1. Dream Tree is 4-1. The knock is that I don't think Selcourt is back in form yet. And Dream Tree, if you disregard her one fast race, it was in the Prioris last summer at Saratoga, she's never run a fast race other than that one time. She's a Grade 1 winner. She's won 5 out of 6. I'm not sure if she's good enough. It's her first start against Older. So Marley's Freedom is my top selection. Escape Clause is my second choice. I'm going to try to get Mopatism and or Amuse to somehow sneak into the exacta. And I'm looking forward to mostly watching Paradise Wood. She's always been one of my favorites from the time she dominated the Santa Anita Oaks 2 years ago in career start number 3. I hope she runs well. She'll run better next time when she stretches out to 2 turns. But a good race on Saturday, the Grade 2 Santa Monica. And a good race also up at Golden Gate Fields on Saturday. It's the El Camino Real Derby. And this year, there's a little bit of a twist to this race because the winner gets an all-feed pays berth. I think it's all fees paid into the Preakness Stakes, second jewel of the Triple Crown. And a big field of 13 entered the El Camino Real Derby. The favorite on the morning line is number 9, Kingly. He's 2-1. He's the fastest horse in the race on numbers. And here's the potential knock on Kingly. The El Camino Real Derby switched to a synthetic surface 10 years ago. This is the 10th running. The first 9 El Camino Real Derby winners on synthetic, every single one of them had turf and or synthetic surface experience. Kingly has started twice, both times on dirt. So if he wins this race, Kingly, the 2-1 favorite, he will become the very first horse on synthetic to win the El Camino Real Derby, having never raced on grass and or synthetic. He could probably do it anyway. When it comes to Bob Baffert, you don't second guess him. You just go on with it. But Kingly at 2-1, maybe he's vulnerable on an unfamiliar surface. The top local horse, here's an interesting stat. Over the past 9 years, there have been 35 Northern California-based horses running the El Camino Real Derby, only 1 winner. Southern California-based horses are 8 for 41, Northern California 1 for 35. But there's a good one based in Northern California. His name is Another Twist of Fate. He's a lightly raced son of Scat Daddy. Let's take a look at his most recent start. It was a 1 other than, and he was expected to win. He was 1-5. That's Another Twist of Fate. He made the lead. He slowed it down. He kicked away under Juan Hernandez. A good, solid win, an allowance win in a race he was expected to win. And on Saturday, Another Twist of Fate gets tested for class in the El Camino Real Derby. 1 1/8 on synthetic. Another Twist of Fate is a very good colt. So is Kingly. I'm going to go shopping for a price in this race. His name is King of Speed, number 2 King of Speed. He was a good grass horse in Southern California. Southern California horses do well in this race. King of Speed, his last 2 starts were not very good, but one of them was in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf. He was overmatched. The other one was in the Los Al Futurity on dirt, which he does not handle. We know that he handles grass. Grass horses often do make that transition to synthetic. I'm looking for King of Speed, trained by Jeff Bondi. Bondi won this race in 2015 with Metaboss. Looking for King of Speed to possibly come and grab an upset win from Kingly and or another twist of fate. By the way, Jonathan Wong, trainer Jonathan Wong, starts number 13 Mayor Cobb. Now, Jonathan Wong is virtually unbeatable these days up in Northern California. And I got to thinking about some of these high percent trainers. We did a quick search. Daily Racing Form did a real quick search for trainers this year that have started 50 or more horses that are winning at a 30% or higher clip. And we came up with a list of 5. Let's take a quick peek at this list of 5. Jason Service back on the East Coast. By the way, these stats are through last Sunday. Service, 35% winners this year, $1.62 ROI. Jonathan Wong is showing a flat bet profit, 32% winners, $2.29. Jeffrey Radosevich, Chad Brown, he's winning at a 30% clip, and Claudio Gonzalez, 30% and a $1.97 ROI. So if you're looking for a crazy horse in the El Camino Real Derby, well, maybe it's Jonathan Wong trained Mayor Cobb on the outside, a trainer that wins at a 30% clip, starting a 20-1 outsider in the El Camino Real Derby. That's Jonathan Wong's Mayor Cobb. But I do like King of Speed to score an upset in the El Camino Real Derby. Okay, let's wrap things up with the thumbs up, thumbs down segment. Thumbs up, well, it's easy. I bet on the second best horse, but he crossed the wire first. And that was Sparkyville, a $16.80 winner in the Grade 2 San Vicente. That's a big thumbs up. A nice ride by Joel Rosario, extricating Sparkyville from trouble at the quarter pole and winning over Desmond, who probably was best. Okay, thumbs down. It has to be the Stronach Group's continued dissing of bettors, and it happened twice last weekend, and I'm a little bit perplexed at how this continues to happen. It happened last Saturday at Gulfstream Park when there was a mandatory payout in the Rainbow Six, and there was more than $8 million in the pool, and in the very first leg of the sequence, a 58-1 shot by the name of Papa Y blew everybody out right off the bat. Now, the public address announcer thought that was a good thing. He said, the first leg of the Rainbow Six goes to a $100 horse. Seems too good to be true. Those were his words. Seems too good to be true. No, it was not too good to be true. Not when every bettor, virtually every bettor that played a Rainbow Six ticket that day got knocked out in the very first leg. That comment to me was indicative of an attitude of indifference toward bettors. And I wish that track management and race callers would show a little bit more respect to the people that drive this game. Those are horse players like you and me. The very next day, February 10th at Santa Anita, after race 4 began on a wet weekend when everyone knew more rain was coming, after the pick six began, after multi-race wagers had been made, that's when Santa Anita finally announced that races 7 and 9 would be moved from grass to the main track. So whatever handicapping you did, whatever ticket you played, all that work was for naught. That decision could have been made a lot sooner in the day and avoided a lot of frustration. I wish that management would give a little bit more credence to the importance of horse players. But here's one good thing about this weekend. The Stronach Group hosts 2 good races this weekend, probably more than that. But the Grade 2 Santa Monica on Saturday at Santa Anita, in which Marley's Freedom and Escape Clause, we're going to try to get Mopatism and or Amuse into the exacta. And up north at Golden Gate Fields, it's the El Camino Real Derby, and we're looking for King of Speed to outrun his odds at 10-1. I'm Brad Free. Talk to you next time.